Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing New York City FC 5, Toronto FC 4, Match 8 of the MLS season. First half, great. Second half, most of it, what the hell? What a clown show. What a clown show. Oh my god. Oh maron. Jesus Jimenez in the 13th minute opens the scoring, holds the ball up as he's being bodied in the box by New York defenders. Slots the ball past Sean Johnson to make it 1-0 TFC. 16th minute, Tati Castellanos at the top of the box off a corner kick. Scores. But they call him offside. They take away the goal. It is still 1-0 TFC. Jesus Jimenez with a solo run, a beautiful solo run. Puts it far post past Sean Johnson to make it 2-0. Tati Castellanos in the 38th minute answers back 10 minutes later to make it 1-2 for New York City FC. That's the way it would go into halftime. And second half turns out to be a joke and a clown show. And TFC shut off during the halftime team talk. Think they have it. But Thiago Andrade, offside by the way. Ball crossed in by Amundsen. Gets all the way through. Bono doesn't touch it. Thiago Andrade is offside. He was not played onside. Scores the goal in the 49th minute. Slots it in, taps it in, makes it 2-2. They don't check it because they don't want to give Toronto another decision after the past 2 weeks. They should have checked it. He was offside. This should have been a draw at least. And then later on, Toronto FC are denied a stonewall penalty. Actually, after these two goals by Santiago Rodriguez in the 54th minute. And Keaton Parks making a great run in the 58th minute to make it 4-2. Gabriel Pereira. Then Toronto gets the stonewall penalty. Jesus Jimenez gets taken down in the box. Again, they don't look at it on VAR, but it's a straight up penalty. And they do not give it. TFC gets screwed once again. Could have had a chance to make it 5-3 when it really should have been 4-3. But no. Or at least 3-3. Then Gabriel Pereira scores his first MLS goal, 75th minute to make it 5-2. Deandre Kerr scores off the corner. Pozuelo swings it in. Deandre Kerr heads it in. Also busts open Hebert on the header, 5-3 in the 86th minute. Free kick swung in while New York are down a man, 90th minute. Michael Bradley gets his head to it, taps it in after all defensive miscues, and makes it 5-4. TFC are looking for that fifth goal in stoppage time because they got the penalty not given to them. Of course, there was no penalty given to them. They should have drawn the match. That Andrade goal was also offside. They really should have won this one. It should have been them winning 5-4. But of course, when you make stupid defensive mistakes and have a brain fart for 20 minutes in a match, you get what you deserve, frankly. 5-4, final. 22 shots to 8. 11 shots on goal to 5. 58% possession to 42% possession, 540 passes to 359, 85% pass accuracy to 77, 17 fouls to 7, 3 offsides to 1, 2 yellow card to 1, 1 red card to 0, 5 corners to 3. When it came down to it, TFC played well in the first half, even though New York did have more possession. Toronto were the better team, or at least the more clinical team in the first half. The second half, they choked. For 20 minutes, they had a brain fart defensively. Bradley gets his show ran. Schaffelberg, not great. Alex Bono gives away goals aplenty after looking amazing in the first half. Defensively, the team breaks down like a Jenga shack when you don't know where to put the block. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm not going to give player ratings today because, frankly, the only two players that deserve plaudits are Jesus Jimenez and, honestly, Second player, maybe. Pozuelo, Actually, no, just Jesus Jimenez. That's it. The rest of them blew it. The rest of them choked. The rest of them were part of this clown show that you call this match tonight. Toronto, in all intents and purposes, got VAR'd and choked themselves. They got screwed by the refs and choked themselves. Double time. The refs should have called 2 offsides. The Tati one correctly, Thiago Andrade. That means it should have been 4-4. Then Toronto should have got a penalty around the 60th minute. Should have been 5-4 Toronto. But in the end, you get what you deserve when you can't play football for 30 minutes without making 500 brain farts defensively. You get what you deserve. In the end, this match, they came back late. They could have got a 5th. The penalty at least should have been the 5th. But no, they still could have got a 5th late. They pulled back on it. But still, in the end, Toronto should have at least drew this match. They choked. And the refs didn't do anything to help. Well, besides the first offside, But everything else, it's like, no, we already gave you one. We can't give you another. And we sure as hell can't give you that penalty. Also, look at last week. And the VAR check against RSL. I don't know about you, but there have been a lot of favorable decisions going Toronto's way over the past couple of weeks. And the refs probably realized that and said, oh, we can't give you more. We can't give you 2 tonight or 3 tonight, because if we do, we've already given you 3 over the past 3 weeks. All right. But to be honest, if you're going to have all these brain farts in a 30-minute span, or more like a 20-something minute span in the second half, and absolutely shut off, you deserve to lose. Like, in the end, did they really deserve to draw or win that match? No. Honestly, no, they didn't. They got what they deserved. They got what they deserved. They choked, and they got close to at least drawing the point back. But they didn't. Whether that was referee decisions that put that last goal out of reach, or it was them just sucking. It's a combination of both. In the end, you choked. In the end, you got what you deserved. In the end, you lost. In the end, you put yourself in the position to lose this match because you lost your will to win and you shut down like bad, faulty robots at the worst possible time. You got what you deserved. That's football, though. Toronto, they could score. Their defense sometimes sucks. It doesn't suck all the time like last year, but it sucks just enough. You don't know what it is. You don't know what they have. They could be good one day. They could suck another. They could be amazing for a couple of games and then choke it away in a 30-minute span. There you go. There it is. There it is for you. They choked. Referees didn't help. They choked. It's all a multiple facet thing here. Yeah, they could score goals. Their defense shut off. And honestly, the whole team, but especially the defense, New York caught on fire. They came out firing in the second half. They came out on the front foot, looking for that, and they got it. And they let them have it. They didn't. The first half, New York were shooting more. They had more possession, but Toronto defended it. What happened in the team talk to make them just shut down and let New York get on the front foot like they were planning to and then score 3 goals? Basically right one after another. Toronto lost their cool. They shut down. They let New York jump back into this game, and they almost got back into it. Should they have at least got a point? You could say that penalty was Stonewall, and Pozuelo probably would have scored it, or Jesus Jimenez would have probably scored it, depending on what they chose. But they didn't give it. They should have, but they didn't. So in the end, you could say Toronto at least should have got a point out of this match. It wasn't a great performance, but they were this close to somehow stealing a point. But in the end, and would that have felt like a win? Maybe. But they didn't get it. Whether that was the referees saying you got enough decisions from us, we're not giving you another, or they completely choked and they just ran out of time, who's to say? But I know this team, they're still good. But they sometimes have moments where they show more like last year than this year. And this was one of them. And New York weren't great. They were good enough. Toronto threw that match. They didn't get beaten. They threw it. New York did enough to capitalize, don't get me wrong, and even then, they still almost blew it themselves. Or the refs could have handed us at least a draw. Depends on if they call that offside, and offside by Thiago Andrade. But there's so many questions that this match could have went multiple ways. Could have been a Toronto win, could have been a draw, could have been a New York win. It was a New York win. It could have went multiple ways. So in the end, at least we didn't get embarrassed. I mean, we kind of did, but in the end, we kind of saved a bit of face. Toronto did save a bit of face. In the end. But New York still got it done. So that's your answer. That's the match. I'm not happy with the result. I don't think anybody is. I'm not really happy with the performance. I don't think anybody is. Toronto, next week, against Cincy, you got to do better. You should. It's Cincy. Oh, by the way, home and home. BMO this weekend, next weekend, upcoming. Then Wednesday, the second leg of the Champions League final. Double feature, by the way. You play them in Cincinnati. That should at least be 4 points, if not 6. Still 5th place. Toronto is still 5th place in the Eastern Conference. They are still in a playoff spot after all that, probably because of the comeback. If they get 6 points, I think Philly will have picked up more points by the time we hit 17, which is their number right now. But say we pick up 6 points against Cincy. That could be top 2. That could be top 3. That could be top 4. This was a momentary setback, I think, and that's what I'm going to see it as. I'm not happy with it. But in the end, they showed fight like 2019. 2018, they got down. They never came back. 2021, same situation in most situations. 2022 and 2019, they got down, but they could come back, especially early. They showed fight, and I'm happy with that. It's not like they completely took the loss. They showed some fight. And they still should have drawn with that fight being in mind. So with that being said, I'm okay with the result. I'm not okay with it, but all things considered, if they win against Cincy twice, I'm not going to look back at this and say, we got to be careful and be mad about it. But if they don't get 4 points or 6 points off Cincy, I'm going to start asking some questions. And I think everybody will. So it depends on what happens the next 2 league matches for Toronto. If they could beat Cincy twice or beat them and draw them, with it being a home and home, I don't know how you make the schedule like that. Basically like a tie. Basically like a Champions League tie of its own little... I mean, Cincinnati would never go to the Champions League, but you get the point. Probably more like a Voyagers Cup level tie. But you get the point. But I think Toronto should be able to handle Cincy with the way their team is now. They'll be fine. I'm not worried. I'm not happy with this match, but I'm not worried. I'll let it be. I'm good with it. I'm not good with it. I'm not mad. I'm befuddled, but I'm not mad. So with that being said, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, hit that big red bell notification once you subscribed. Send a comment, put this in playlist, share with your friends and family, all that great stuff. Send super chats on the live streams, all that great stuff. Tuesday, I'll be here for the Champions League final prediction. And then Wednesday, I'll be here for the first leg, live in RSR, of course. I will see you then. But with that being said, I'll see you in a couple of days. I'm out. Peace.